Every time that we respond to emergencies, the first thing that we hear from those we responded to are words of gratitude. But they also appreciate the fact that we are able to respond in a faster way due to the fact that we made ourselves more accessible to them if they ever have to communicate to us for emergency reasons. I'm Gerard Lavadia. I am the head of the City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office of Tagbilaran City. I am currently appointed as the City Government Department Head for CDRRMO. But previously, when I got the Pagasa Award, I was the NDRM 04 of the same office. I am responsible for ensuring that the disaster prevention and mitigation measures of the city government is implemented, as well as to ensure that the city government is prepared for any type of disaster and to be able to respond to any type of disaster that may occur during any time of the year. I could not think of a job in government other than this, really. I mean, even before I joined the government service, I already considered myself a humanitarian. When I was in high school, I think that was in the late 80s, I was in Cebu and the province was struck with Typhoon Ruping, and our neighbor, four of them actually, an entire family got crushed under a tamarind tree that fell on their house. I was one of those that actually had to retrieve the bodies of my neighbors after the event. And by that time, I already had this idea of this feeling that I had to serve people in this manner, but I never thought that my future would be this. Immediately after I graduated in college, I joined an NGO which was more into humanitarian services, so serving the urban poor communities impacted by different type of disasters. So when I joined the government, I already had a humanitarian spirit in me. Such humanitarian spirit was also strengthened by skills in actually helping people in times of disasters. I cannot imagine myself being transferred or being assigned to another work other than this. Our latest disaster that happened here was Odette, and during that time we really had to make careful considerations regarding any decision that we make. For example, we tried to encourage people to evacuate as early as 7 a.m. on December 16, since Odette would expected to impact us on the 17th. There were those who insisted to stay at home, but then when Odette finally struck us, they were calling our lines so they can be rescued. But then we also had in mind the safety of my personnel, since we already have zero visibility. I had to, at the same time, think of the safety of my responders. I had to do the talking with them, the callers on the phone, to give them instructions on what to do by themselves before our responders arrived. The tension was very high, and I was really worried about I was having a dilemma on ensuring the safety of my responders and the safety of the public at the time. I think the work as disaster risk reduction and management officer is way different from other line of work in government service, since we really have to innovate, we have to think in advance in order to make sure that disasters do not happen. It's very important for us to always think beforehand for any preparedness measures before such disasters occur. Even if we're just sitting down and no disasters are happening as of the moment, our mind should be working on what to do in advance. So in our line of work, innovation, invention is very important. What I love most about the job is the direct effect that it has on the people that I serve. Since it has a direct effect, we also get recognition directly from the people that we serve. Obviously, it's not really the pay that is what we are after, me and my staff, but it's the satisfaction that we get from people who show their appreciation and recognition of the works that we do. The simple fact that they say thank you for saving our life, for keeping us safe, for delivering us water when you need it, or since we augment a lot of times with the Bureau of Fire Protection for saving our properties. So those mere words of appreciation and gratitude is enough to keep us inspired and encouraged to continue doing our work. Ako po si Gerard M. Lavadia, City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Officer ng Local Government Unit of Tagbilaran City. Gawin nating lingkod bayani ang bawat kawani.